What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium, and I react to video game music. I'm also a musician. Today, we're going to be checking out Xenoblade Chronicles. I am in the midst of checking out my entire backlog of requests of Xenoblade Chronicles before I start playing Xenoblade Chronicles, which will be on my VOD channel soon. So, I've been hearing nothing but Xenoblade for the whole day, and it's been a roller coaster. And today we're going to be checking out two songs requested by Philip Bones, which is a great name, by the way. Sounds like a boss character. Mechonis Field and Irregular Bound, both from the channel Joe VGM. Let's just get into it. Mechonis Field is 7 minutes, so let's just get on going. Mechonis Field. A little underwater sounding. Was expecting it to go that direction. Sounds a little Chinese now. Doesn't sound so aquatic. Well, it does sound aquatic a little bit, but I'm getting more space now. Feels like a space station or something. This soundtrack, dude. The last 4 songs I've heard, I would never guess are from Xenoblade Chronicles if I didn't already know they were from Xenoblade. Yeah, I'm getting more space. Electronic percussion. I don't know if Mechonis Field is like a name of a place, or if that's a word. I don't know what Mechonis means. This one's tough too. It's like 50-50 space and underwater to me. It really doesn't sound like Xenoblade to me at all. From what I know, it was Xenoblade. Which apparently is nothing. I love music like this for a very specific reason, which I'll explain later. It has to do with that background. I think it looped. What are the odds that in one day I've heard some of the most diverse Xenoblade music? I really haven't experienced that at all, because I thought it was all going to be like... I guess I've just been hearing nothing but battle themes. Mostly. This one sounds entirely synthesizers. what I'm getting from this one, besides space, I'm leaning more towards space. Like 60-40 space, and the 40 being like aquatic. Whatever it is, I'm feeling like a loneliness, like a very minimal area. Which goes hand in hand with both space and water. Not necessarily vast, but like empty. I love that. It sounds, that keyboard sounds very like 2000s. That reminds me of the game Valhalla a little bit. If you ever heard that soundtrack. Chill vibes. Yeah, and then everything sounds like technological to me too. So it's like, you know what it reminds me of? The game I just recently heard, Metroid Prime. Which that blew me away because I thought Metroid Prime was going to sound totally different. And then I hear stuff like this in that game. I'm like, there's this song this is reminding me of. Let's see if I can find it in time. Alright, I got 2 minutes to find it. What am I thinking of? Oh, I'm running out of time. Try to find it in the next song. Okay. While I look for that. Okay, yeah, this has been such a crazy day because, like, I started with basically conflict themes, battle themes, boss themes, stuff like that. So I had this, what I thought was an idea of Xenoblade sounding music, which is, you know, kind of robust and full of violins and gusto. And then I've been hearing, like, lately, you know, we got like piano ballads and then really slow stuff with the cello and then really quirky stuff with the Riki song and now this. You know, now it sounds like we're in some kind of space station, or I mean, it really is like almost down the middle of like underwater or something, but it's called Mechonis Field, so it's like, I don't know, like I don't know what that means, but at least in my head, I see just an empty space. God, what is the song I'm thinking of? I know it has "Explore" in the title. Oh, what was I gonna say? I feel like this is one of those instances where they would have multiple composers, so they can have. Now I don't know who this one is, but I feel like it's for stuff like this. You know, some people just maybe do some genres better than others, and that's kind of my initial thought as to why I see some games with multiple composers, besides of course like maybe trying to cut down on time and get songs out quicker. I think, I would hope that the reason is to get, you know, different variety from sounds. Some people can do this better, that better, because I don't know who this is, but it sounds like, I'm guessing, just a shot in the dark, that this is the first time I've heard this specific composer in this game. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's probably not, but that's the idea. It sounds so different from anything I've heard in Xenoblade Chronicles thus far. Which again, I just said in another video that I didn't think I'd be saying that after all this time. You know, I feel like I should be kind of getting repeat stuff and like, oh yeah, it sounds like Xenoblade, cool. But the past 4 songs I've heard in a row, if I did not know they were Xenoblade and it was just totally blind, never guessed Xenoblade at all. That's interesting to me because there's a big chunk of what I associate it with. There's a lot of songs in this game from 1, 2, and 3 that if I heard blindly, I'd be like, that sounds like Xenoblade. And I've even compared a lot of songs to Xenoblade that are not this game. Obviously, like I'll hear and like, that reminds me of Xenoblade, like the way it, you know, swings. And but now I have this other half that I would never ever guess that's from this game. That's crazy to me. Yeah, while I look for that song. Oh, and the other thing I was going to say is regarding this is I used to have a playlist. I guess I still do. I just don't really check it out anymore. But I don't have like any sort of like sleep problems, but sometimes like I find it hard to sleep, but it's nothing like diagnosed or anything like that. It's just, you know, I struggle just like a lot of people because of this thing called the internet and putting your phone down and all that kind of stuff. So for a while, and like I remember in like the 2020 era, like the pandemic era, I was experimenting with just kind of like psyching myself out to sleep, and I got this thing and I started to just sit in the dark, put on really ambient spacey music and just aim this at the ceiling and have a bunch of little like, I have a lot of like little lights and weird knickknacks like that. And this would totally go into that playlist of just that kind of, not to help sleep per se, but to relax and to just get lost. And that's why I keep seeing space, because that reminds me of space and, you know, like nebulas and all that kind of thing. And the song I'm trying to think of, which I can't, is very much in that regard. Let me just type one thing, because it's going to drive me crazy. I'm promising we get this. I want to say it's called like Explore, Be Curious. Yes. Wait, hold on. Let me just hear the first like 2 seconds. Yeah. So the song I'm thinking of is called Explore, Be Curious by Cloud Kicker. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what Mechonis field is, but again, space and or water, empty area is what I'm getting. Okay, now we listen to Irregular Bound. And again, if you are unfamiliar with these, you know, I've been doing these dual songs per video. Sometimes the songs are connected, sometimes they're not. So I have no idea almost ever if the songs that are paired have anything to do with each other. I just always assume no. Irregular Bound, that's an interesting name. It's 2 words, you never see together. Bound, you know. Okay, anyways, Irregular Bound. This is one of the most diverse soundtracks I've ever heard. It's like 10 different games. Hey, Salad can actually kind of be connected. Are these songs connected? Oh, the vocal fade in. Oh god, I feel like it's building up to something. Buckle up. I don't know if I should be headbanging or be scared. Confused headbanging. Oh, I feel that in my chest. Let me rephrase that. The past 5 songs I've heard, I would never think of Xenoblade Chronicles. Seriously, like... Imagine the songs I'm gonna hear in the game that are not reacted to. I don't even know how big the soundtrack is. Okay, I can see why this OST is very popular because of the stuff it provides. What the hell? See, this does not sound like a place I want to be. But it does kind of sound related to the last song, sort of. It's got that space thing again. I like how the guitar goes from left to right. I think back to left? Oh, both. Oh, that's playing 2 different riffs at the same time. It's weird. It's chaotic. Percussion though, it's so sick. I just said, and I've been saying, the past X songs have all sounded not like Xenoblade Chronicles. And what I mean by that is my history with this game, which has basically been battle themes. And apparently this stuff has just been lingering in the dark this whole time. You know, I'm only saying this right now, and this can change day by day. This is not a set in stone thing. I'm saying this now. I think typically I prefer stuff that's not battle themes. I think people just are most excited and assume that battle themes are the most coolest, and they are. They are. But it depends on the day, you know? Right now, and a lot of times I do feel like stuff that's not happening. I don't even know if this is a battle theme. I'm just saying. I feel like this is less popular than, say, Mechanical Rhythm. I've never even heard the term Irregular Bound. I've never seen it in my comments. Never even heard of it until just now. And Irregular that was, but I feel like I'm understanding. I mean, I understood a while ago why people like these. You know, every time I upload a Xenoblade, you know, the numbers are there, they don't lie, but I get it now. A little late, but I get it. I get as to, it's not just good music, but it's the thing that I like, so I'm relating to a lot of you here. Sometimes I don't relate to people on this, but it's the diversity. It's the, this has something for Johnny, for Emily. This has something for little Chad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sick. It's not just A to B. And I feel like I lucked out. I feel like I've lucked out every time. For those that don't know, I don't really stream all that often. I'm not like a full-time streamer or anything. I'm partnered, but whatever. My main thing is this. This is what I care about. This is my job, and this is what I love to do. Is the music. And if I do play a game, it's because I've been so curious to the point it tipped the scales, and I go play it. And I've been very lucky that every game that I've played, because of the music, except for yeah, has been like outstanding. And I enjoy it, of course, even more once I obviously get context. But here are the songs that were not requested. Sorry to keep it brief, but that was just sick. I don't know what the hell that was. It was chaotic. It was worrisome. It was irregular. But, and I want to emphasize this, I have no idea if these songs are connected. I don't know. But they sounded a little bit, you know? A little bit. For those that don't know, it's typically just two people. These are two people requesting it. In this case, it's one person requesting it. But they never told me, hey, link these together, watch them in the same video, nothing. It's just always, it's from the same game. But in my head, those sounded pretty similar. They sounded like they could have lived vicariously. Is that the right word? No. They could have lived in the same bubble. I feel like Irregular Bound was like the battle theme to what like is in Mechonis Field, if that makes sense. It felt like you hear this, and then when you start a fight, you hear that. That's what I got. Totally wrong? Or totally right? I can't wait to find out. Oh, man. I think being wrong excites me more than being right. Because when they're guesses at the end of the day, but when I'm right, obviously it's fun and it's cool, like, oh my god. But I love being wrong just because when I do find out what happens, I'm like, wait, what? This? You know what I mean? And I like that more. It's just more exciting that way. It's a 50-50, but it's still funny. And yeah, I don't know. Xenoblade Chronicles is crazy. That's all I can summarize this up as. But I get it. I get as to why it's so popular. Now I get it. I got it before, but now I get it. Does that make sense? No? Okay. I get it. What a diverse soundtrack, dude. And I'm saying this 2 years later. Okay. Just two more videos to go. And then we're going to start firing up that Switch and going to be playing it. I'm excited. Thank you to Philip Bones. Thank you to my Patreon members. Platinum members, thanks to you for watching. I still have many more Xenoblades. Well, I'm doing all the Xenoblade 1 and Definitive Edition stuff now, but I still have many stuff from 2 and 3, so that's not going anywhere. So, I will see you all later in the playthrough. Have a good night.